Sorry, bro. Did you get a hydration station? She says, yes, I did, and thank you for my hydrations. I don't know how it goes empty so fast now. I looked this morning, there was like half a thing in there, and then just now it was empty. I think with all the fans on, it dries out quicker. I did nothing today. I did nothing. No, that's not true. I did go into town. You know what? I should get those out of the car so they don't get ruined. Good girl, Luna. Good girl, Luna. She said, oh no, I'm not animal. Let me go get the stuff out of the car quick. The bourbon. Let me get it out, the bourbon. I'll be right back. In case the junkies get that good dope. Want to take my shit or break it? Show you all the loot I got today. But I gotta go lock the Suburban back up. In case the junkies got that good dope today. In case they scored that good dope. Seems like whenever they get that good dope, my shit gets broken or stolen. Yeah, those fucking junkies, I tell ya. Scum of the earth, Ma! Scum of the earth! Check this out, Ma. I got the last one.
You did. Good job. Very good job.
Check it out. I got the last one.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna.
That's
It's a gigantic turtle.
oh my god.
Standing turtles don't run. I'm Standing Turtle. That's the name I gave myself because I don't really particularly like Margaret like you do. You name me after some fucking people that I don't care to be named after. So standing turtle eyes is. Isn't that cool? It's ginormous. I got the last one. It's the display.
I'm glad you had it. It's
The lady let me buy it. She's like, I can sell this one to you. I said, could ya? Because that other guy didn't really seem like interested in customer service much. I gotta hide it so Stanley don't use it for a scratching post.
Put it up in the top.
I'll be sad. I got a little hand pump someplace. See, I got the turtle, and then I got these to give away to little poor kids that their mom and dad would never buy them shit. They can just play in the dirt. I got them I got a couple of these for them. I was one of those poor kids. That's why I do this shit. No, Benny's not one. Benny's over there. Then I got a water ski rope.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Well, no, there ain't no place to water ski around here. I just got this so I can tie off to my gigantic watermelon
That is big.
and then just float in the Rio Grande.
That would be fun, huh?
Yeah, it's 72 inches. That's 6 feet across. So I'm just gonna take it and tie it on my leg into a tree or a gigantic rock. I got 2 of them
Good.
in case one
I
pops.
was just gonna say,
Got 2 of those. Always, hey Tuck, get back up. And then this guy. We'll try it. 10 section rope. It's a water. It's $30.
That's a good.
10 sections, 75 feet. So it's 75 feet. So I can just bob on the edge without that'd be cool if I could find a current and just kind of bop in the current. I'll figure it out. I just don't, there's only one place that you can get out of the Rio Grande down by Taos, and I got other things to do. I don't got time to float that many hours, that kind of time. So I don't want to go anyway. So that's the only thing I did today. I found my Dailies Reflection book. I'm excited for that. I used to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. It's the club just like all the other shit. So I didn't like it. It's clubby. It's cliquey. It's stupid. I learned a lot from it. I'm not taking away from that. I'm not ever going to take away all the principles and disciplines and everything and that I learned, that to help keep me out of me. So, but I don't got to go to their meetings and shit. Besides, this ain't even AA approved literature. This is just a book. So, hi Stanley. My water jug broke. That was a shitty thing that happened. I water my plants with this. It got cracks in the bottom. I could feasibly just take a torch to it, find out where they are, and take a little torch to it and melt the plastic to see. Maybe I'll try that before I throw it away, because it was only $10. I love it, but it just, they don't make things to last, that's for sure. That's what I'm calling today's talk today, as a matter of fact. The shift hits the fan. When the shift hits the fan, we're at the dark part. We're coming up. And for those people that are still covered in the shroud of 3D, the third dimension, and living that best life, I think they're the ones that are going to have the hardest time coping. When they don't get to do their stadium tours anymore and stuff like that. They don't get to do all that rich people stuff, and they're going to have to I don't know, haul water, chop wood, carry wood, have to do all this regular stuff that When did people stop doing the work? Really? At what point? What year was it? did the split, the division happen? Because I've always been a very hard worker. I got my first job when I was 15. I had to get permission from my mom, and my mom was oh so happy to give it. You know why? Because she made me pay rent. I had to pay rent, and I found the freaking rental agreement from the landlord back then, and it wasn't just like pay part of rent or half a rent. No, she had me, yeah, all of it, all of the rent. And I think that's really funny because me being 15, working for $4.25 an hour, and we were on welfare. So she wasn't doing anything to earn the money to pay rent, but it had to come out of my pocket. Why? So I would learn that life lesson to pay your bills. Sounds unfair, huh, Ma? Yeah, I thought so too. She don't even know it was her. She don't even know it's her. So daily reflections. I looked at it, I guess a new direction is when I looked at it, but we'll do 777 today, 777. July 7th, and then you add up 2023, and 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. And letting go of it. This is for anybody that needs to hear, including myself, because every day I got to remind myself, Marge, nothing on this planet is for you. There's nothing on this planet for you. You are merely a spectator, Margie. Relationships aren't for you. Friendships aren't for you. Those are what you get to soak up when you watch TV, Marge. In real life, you're a spectator, and that's just how it is, Marge. I accept it. I do. I accept it. Doesn't make it easier. Doesn't ever make it less painful. I just accept it. And when I don't, I lift my little dumbbell a lot. So either way, I guess I come out better for it. And letting go of it, July 7th. Primarily fear that we would lose something we already possessed or would fail to get something we demanded. Living upon a basis of unsatisfied demands, we were in a state of continual disturbance and frustration. Therefore, no peace was to be had unless we could find a means of reducing these demands. The difference between a demand and a simple request is plain to anyone. Peace is possible for me only when I when I let go of expectations. When I am trapped in thoughts about what I want, what should be coming to be, I'm in a state of fear or anxious anticipation, and this is not conducive to emotional sobriety. I must surrender over and over to the reality of my dependence on God. Good orderly direction for old Marjo. For then I find peace, gratitude, and spiritual security. Everybody's getting freaked out because they're all looking external for security. They're doing what I went through 3 years ago. It's like the rest of the world is catching up. Like the facing the reality of what it would be like to actually be homeless with your family and your loved one is a very scary thing. And if people haven't, and that's why I'm so adamant about people that have roof over their heads. See, that's why I'm adamant on all about this stuff, is because it's stuff I've gone through. And you can tell that the whole world hasn't gone through shit because, coke in the White House and shit. But everybody's going to get their chance, and if it's not going to be in this life, it's going to be in your next life, or it's going to be in your you already been through it, you just didn't remember your lesson. I feel like there's mosquitoes around. So the shift is definitely going to hit the fan. And it's so weird. Like, I dip in on people. Like I'll watch people and their points of view on their world. And I watch this one guy, and I haven't seen him for a few weeks because he's like me. I mean, he says the same thing over and over, but he don't have no different result though. Like, except that his Patreon subscribers bought him a house, and he gets to tour around and shit like that. But he don't like I mean, he don't scrub nobody's feet. He don't want, he's not really living acts of service. He's just teaching people how to freaking live more from their ego is all. He's the numbers guy. And last time I checked in on him, he was like throwing a guy under the bus and was like, I'm done, kicked him off his show. And it was like, that was it. Like, I'm just like, is there not a bridge that this guy will burn? Right? I just soon walk away. I used to be like him. He's Cancer Sun, I'm Cancer Rising. I guess, I learned my lessons. Maybe he will in his incarnate, maybe not. It's none of my fucking business. I just use all this shit for examples of how I don't want to be. Be however you want to be if that serves you. Or the, whatever, that ego, whatever. But if it don't come from the heart, whatever. It's just more bullshit. So then I check in today. My friend told me that Rambo got his channel, the Truth Codes got his channel deleted. And then I go back and look and they're like, he was all in support of Rambo again? Which is it? Which is it? Like, what? Where's the moon in the sky when you're for Rambo? And where's the moon in the sky when you're fucking throwing him under the bus, you douche? Fucking shit. People aren't getting it. They're just not getting it. What it's like to live in true acts of service, and that is okay. Because people are gonna really wish that they threw more good out there. Because this next part, they're gonna want some back. Because it's gonna be hard for a lot of people. It's gonna be dark, man. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be. You know what the smell of freaking urine smells like? San Francisco does. Kit Carson Park does. Whenever you walk down there, there's places that you go because people just, that is where we've come to in the world. My brother, his best friend, he got it was like a parade in San Francisco. There's people everywhere, and the guy was so drunk, he just whipped it out and pissed right there on the street, got a ticket for it. Yeah, that was his best man. That's the dude that bought me alcohol. This guy's been living in his ego ever since. Either people live more towards their ego and the trajectory of ego, or they start living more from their heart, more from spirit. And the planet ain't mostly like, is that a heart-centered death when billionaires implode themselves from wanting to go on because they can? Just because people can do things, is it not a justifiable reason to do jack shit for anything? For anything, just because somebody can? And I hear people all the time, why'd you do that? Because I could. Well, that's not a good reason. Is that good orderly direction, or is that easing God out? Because you felt like it. How many people don't have what they need on this planet because somebody somewhere doesn't feel like doing their job? They just don't feel like it. I could walk into any bureaucratic office any given day and just take pictures of people not fucking doing their job. I see it all the time. State agency cars parked under the shade. What, are you taking a nap? What, are you watching a YouTube video? Are you thinking about your next task that you got to do because you're so busy? That's not how it is where I fucking live in Taos, New Mexico. This place is 50 years in the past. They are working on a city project. 50 years. This is the Handicap Act from the 1970s. That's what they're doing now. They got paid 50 years ago like $5 million to put in curbs for people in wheelchairs and things like, and sidewalks for, and things like that. And you know what those fucking machismos did? Not jack shit. And you know what they did? They pocketed that money and they're like, fuck it. We'll just let our little grandkids fucking deal with it. And we'll just reap the rewards of getting paid for jobs that we'll put off for decades. And it's not just happening in Taos. It's happening all over in every state. And if your uncle, your dad, your mom, your aunt, if they're working in the system, they profit from it. So you probably won't bitch about it either, because you probably get really nice presents and get to go to really fun places because of the system. And that imbalance is swinging back around so freaking fierce, man. People aren't, everywhere I look, people aren't doing the work. Roller coasters closing because cracks. I'm going to take my camera out, my cell phone out, and I'm going to do a little walk. I'm going to do a live video downtown Taos. I'm going to show you the shitty fucking quality workmanship that they've been actually doing the work on this seasonally when they fucking feel like it for 5 years. It was initiated 50 years ago, but they've been working on this, and they fucking go back and they tear up the same thing. They always, and I noticed this in Omaha, and I noticed that they do this in Oregon, and I just noticed that there are these trends, that these patterns of inefficiency and misappropriation of funds, and I just had it up to here with it. So why should I be the only one to notice it? I share that shit here. And they keep their budget secret. Hey, Ahmad, they keep their budget. You know, national security in America is a fucking oxymoron, okay? We're the antagonist. We're the asshole. We're always the asshole for going over to other countries and killing people in places we have no fucking business being in. And that's why so many veterans kill themselves, because that's the reality of it. And then we're supposed to come back here, and then you fucking have parades for it, and people fucking blow off fireworks, boom, boom, boom. You know, that just reminds me of killing people in places we have no business being in. But so many fucking people love that shit. What is wrong with you that you love shit, watching shit blow up and listening to explosions? What's wrong with people that they like to watch fucking snuff films? Don't you know that shit is real? You don't? I'm here to tell you it is. So do you still like watching that shit? You still gonna do it? There's a lot of people that will. This fucking planet, man. It's gonna be fine. It's the people that are a fucking cancer on this earth. And they're eradicating themselves out. How? How, Marge? Marge, tell us, how is the American and all the other people of this earth, how are they eradicating themselves, Marge? By living that best life. Not enough exercise, too much fucking junk food, shit food, too much fucking booze, too many fucking pills, all that shit stuff, man. All that junky living, all that, I'm gonna do what I want because don't you know who I am? Ask Madonna how that went. She got some sort of freaking bacterial infection. Who knows? Even if that's the same woman, she's probably freaking deleted years ago. And plus, they morph and change their faces, and their egos are so far away from spirit that they're not even real humans. They're not real people. Real people see people in the street, man. You know, look at them in the eye and acknowledge them. Hello, how do you do? Took me a long time to learn how to be a real person. I intentionally in the store, every place I go, I'm looking for people. Where are the people that are going to look me in the eye? Where are the real people today? And people are just head down, mind their own business. Just look at the, you know, just blah, 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 blah. Then every now and again, I come across a real person. Those encounters are brief. At least I know they're there. Maybe it'll sustain me till the next one. Because I'm just I swimming in a world of plastics. Where I live, man, people come from all over the world just to fucking watch how people live here. It's a trip, man. I live in a people's zoo. The cracks of society are real wide here. Hell, we had our own Epstein Island right here in this state. They love the perverts here and human trafficking, all that stuff. They all love it. If people hated that shit, it wouldn't exist. Wrap your head around that. I was explaining this stuff to these guys at the suicide bus. These people had this suicide bus. It's gimmicky. It's just a means for them to do what they want. You know, you let somebody use a little marker on your bus, you know, travel around the country, be in a parade, you know, talk about how people kill themselves. I said, why do you think they kill themselves? I said, do you think it all has to do with the realization that we are going to that these wars are bullshit and that murder is wrong? And that when they do this stuff, you know, sometimes they freaking come to the realization of all that stuff that they remember when they were a little kid, that you were not supposed to kill people, and like they did. And then a lot of people come to the realization that they really fucking liked it too, and then they got to live with that. For a minute they liked it, they were having fun, it was cool for them, it was like racking up points with their guns and their bombs and their all of it. And then they have a moment of clarity. Oh fuck, what the fuck am I to be a part of that and to get a paycheck for it month after month? And whenever those engagements happen, then you don't got to pay taxes that year because we're in hazardous duty when we're the hazard. It's all bullshit, and I'm the only one that fucking talks about this. I'm the only veteran that stands up and says, you know what? I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry for my part of killing all those fucking people in Iraq. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am not sorry for flipping off baby bitch Bush on 9/11. People, when they thank me for my service, I say, no, do not thank me for my service. Do not thank me for my service. You can thank me for flipping off baby bitch Bush on 9/11 as he taxied by the aid shop door. No man stood next to me. No other female, just little old Marge. Because you can't go in and out access. You have your protocols. Doors closed. I fucking popped that door open, stuck my arm out. I said, I hope to God you see this, motherfucker. If there's a chance in hell that you fucking see this, I hope you do, bitch. I would love it if he glanced out and saw my fucking hand flipping him off on 9/11. I've actually had people thank me for that. Because they're all lizards. Proverbially speaking, I'm not talking in litters. The humanity of them was gone frickin' coke lines decades ago. They've been hunting kids in Mount Shasta, Montana, in these fun places for decades. That's the national secrets. Doing dastardly deeds, kid rape, all this nasty, satanic frickin' cult ritual fucking shit. All that fraternal order of bullshit. All of it. People are, you can't deny it, the existence of it anymore. Too many people, they had too much fun at these parties, and people they're talking, and the truth always comes out. It doesn't matter if it's a week, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. Ask old Matheson, you know, that guy, he's used ego his whole career. Danny Matheson, whatever that scumbag rapist name is. And there's so many like him. So many that just throw around an imaginary perception of who they want you to think that they are. When the reality of them, they are very small creatures. But they use force, and they use manipulation, and they use lies to get their way. And that's easing God out. There is no good orderly direction in that. It's amazing how much men don't like. When I was a little girl, I had freaking grown-ass men doing perverted fucking shit to me, at me, derogatory gestures and stuff all the time. From the time I was 9, 10. The things that they said that wasn't in earshot from any other adult. So another adult, so it's just their word against mine. I know who these people are. I've been surrounded by them my whole life. What happened is I grew into the power of myself. I still know who these people are. And I will not tolerate this in my presence. And I will call it out. And I call it out. And if I'm wrong, Sorry, guess you're not a scurvy perv. What can I do to make it right? I'm right more than I'm wrong. And I'm okay with that. So, this next part, we've had the last 3 years to learn how to get ourselves in alignment, to really tune in on our discernment. People take that opportunity. They're going to wish they had this next time, this next part, this next chapter. Because it's going to be like freaking, as far as who is your friend and who is your foe. Like, I always think of that Men in Black part where he's going through and he's like, he shoots the little girl. And they're like, why would you shoot the little girl? Because she's why is she there? She has no business. She's the most out of place. Right? This is the shit I've been ready for. I've been ready for it. I've been looking for people that are ready for it. I haven't quite made those connections yet. Oh well, I'm an INFJ. It's not my path to really walk with others for long distances, because they don't like to tread in the paths in the places that I go for my spiritual growth. Anyway. Yeah, this shift's gonna hit the fan. It's hot everywhere. We're blessed. We are cool. A lot of times I keep it cool enough in here just with the swamp coolers and the fans and stuff that I gotta wear I gotta wear a sweatshirt, How you doing, Ma? You good? I didn't do nothing today. I laid in Mom's bed all day. I went to town and got that stuff, and then I came back. I said, I'm dipping out. Planet Earth, see you later. So we'll see